Welcome back. Bolaji?
Yeah.
Bola Tinubu supposed to have his annual colloquium today at 70. He cancelled it because of what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
And the Nigerian Railway Corporation, they're now saying that they've suspended that train service indefinitely. I know for a long time, a lot of these people jettisoning, moving from Abuja to Kaduna by route.
Yeah.
So the train services became the in thing that axis.
Sure.
So you can imagine a coach that contains 900 and almost 1,000 people.
Yeah.
And how effective it will be. It was the safest and the best mode of transportation. Right now, look at what has just happened.
It's very unfortunate. Like I said earlier, very, very unfortunate. You see, the idea basically with this train service that we have now is to de-emphasize the use of road, especially when you have these big haulage vehicles on the road, spoiling the roads all the time, you know. So with the rail coming in, we're moving people, moving goods and all those things, it's the best thing for the country. Unfortunately, what should have been the first thing we should do, that is the security of passengers on that thing, because it is not the first thing it's happening. We have had instances of attack on that. Kaduna has always been very notorious. Highways always attacked. About 5 months ago, there was an attack on that Kaduna Abuja rail station. There was an attack there too. This one we have it. So if we have had instances like this, what are the security people doing? What about intelligence gathering? Have we forgotten what is called intelligence gatherings in security circle? You know, because in those days, what we know is that even the police, what they do is they have all these security people, the detectives, plain clothes. They go everywhere. You see, you won't even know they are security people. They gather information, and some of these are preempted. But now it's not the case. We seem to have forgotten that the way policing is done, and it's rather very unfortunate. And you now ask yourself, what's happening to this country? You see, when you talk about fighting Boko Haram,
I want to ask what is asking.
Yeah.
Will people take us serious at all? Look at what Kaduna has turned into. And don't forget that even the government of Nasir El-Rufai, if you read out his achievements, what he has succeeded in doing in the last 8 years, but when you talk about insecurity, he has overshadowed all the achievements of that governor.
Yes, the governor has been very revolutionary in many areas. You've got to give it to him. He's forward-looking, he's very decisive, but in terms of security, you cannot say that the government has done very well. You can't say that the government has done very well in the area of security, because, frankly, schools have been attacked, people taken away, you know. That airport area, the School of Forestry is located very close to the airport area, where students were kidnapped, and more than 100 students at that time. And there's another one along the Abuja Road, the university, the same thing happened. So the government has got to be more serious about this issue. The whole area where bandits are giving us problem along that Abuja Kaduna highway is not up to 30 kilometers.
Up to 30?
Yes. It's not up to 30 kilometers. The area, whether it is armed robbery on the road, or kidnapping on the road, or attack on train, it is no more than 30 kilometers, because that axis, that 30-kilometer area, is the only area along that route that is heavily forested on both sides. So you know that the only tribe where you have forest and all that, that's why you go to Zamfara. Communities that are not heavily forested are the safest. They need where they can hide and all that. So this Rijana, Kateri, and Akilebu area, just those three communities along the road to Kaduna is not up to 30 kilometers. those three communities. You move from one to another. Those are the places where these boys are giving us problems. So the question to ask is, how come we can't police a 30-kilometer area along an highway that is not even up to 150 kilometers? I think it's not up to 150 kilometers. I've not checked. But in those days, we used to do Kaduna to Abuja in like 1 hour, 15 minutes. I remember very well during my youth service and all that. So let's even say 180 kilometers, not up to that. So we can't police an area of just about 30 kilometers or a little less than that. That Regina and the two communities around it. Why can't we police those areas? Put intelligence assets on those areas, put soldiers, put security men, since we know that all of those attacks are happening there.
It's been happening for years.
Yes. The Zamfara former governorship aspirant that was killed there some months back, it was still along that axis. It was still along that axis that people were kidnapped the other day. In fact, someone called me today to say, as we were talking about this train attack, that today bus passengers were again kidnapped on that road. So those boys are shameless. They have no regard for anyone. They think that, look, whatever we want to do, they will still be carrying out. And we've got to show them how can a bunch of miscreants now constitute themselves a threat to a country, a whole country.
I think the country is also shameless for us to allow that kind of thing to continue to happen all the time. Because if these are being a persistent occurrence, what have you done to tackle it? You see, I know of one thing. If you want to tackle some of these issues holistically, there are technologies today that will tell you where these people are in the forest. You see, it will just give you a signal about the people that are in a particular area based on the heat they are emitting from their body.
Yes, yes.
It will give you an idea of how many people are there. For example, in this room now, they can tell, if they have the satellite orbiting around this place, they can tell us the number of people that are in this room, in this environment.
Yes.
So it's supposed to be able to, we are so deployed some of these things.
Why can't we invest on such things?
Exactly. It's very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate.
Because we come here, we talk about these things almost every other time. And I feel that if we are going to put a stop to it, so the whole of that, the entire axis now,
yes,
is not safe. I can't go by road. The train services.
Those 30 minutes. That's 30 kilometer area.
But people have to pass through that.
Well, you have to pass through. You are going to Kaduna. Even if you are going through through Buhari, you pass through the area. As long as you are going to use that road, that expressway, you will pass through the area. Pass through Jere, Kateri, Regina, and Akilebu. Those communities. The other areas are not like that. And I'm saying it because our security people, they know when they look at all of what has happened in recent times. The emir of Bungudu in Zamfara was kidnapped along that same axis. You cannot say that you do not know where they are. You can't say.
Okay, let me pick this call. John is calling us from New Busa in Niger State.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us, John.
James. Yeah, James, not John.
Okay. Go ahead, please.
James.
We've heard you. Go on.
Yes. Good evening, Babajide.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Ayo, and the other man there.
Evening.
Yes, I just want to make a small contribution. I am from Kaduna State by origin. I'm Japa in particular. I have been monitoring the situation in my state.
Yeah.
The truth is that there is no sincerity in the fight against this war crime that is going on in Kaduna State. If you look at what is happening, last 2 weeks, my cousin brother was killed in his house in Goningora with his firstborn. who just graduated from university and is still looking for a job. I hope you are also aware of the attack that took place in Kogoro, where people were roasted. You are also aware of the same attack that took place in that same Kogoro 3 weeks ago. And so many other attacks that are not even mentioned in the media. The media is like they are even tired of profiling all these killings. So, but if government are going to be sincere, I can hear the Babajide talking about Katere, Rijana, around Kaduna, Abuja Express Road. This activity has been going on in that very place for a very, very long time. And they still find it very difficult to track down these people. What is so difficult there that you cannot go into the bush around those areas? As I'm talking to you now, there are also rumors that is going on that more attacks are being prepared in the area of Southern Kaduna. And coming back to the achievement of National Air Fight, we cannot say that our government have not done well because we are still under them. But I want you to check the local government of Kaduna State, most especially in the southern area. Check what is happening. I just came back from the headquarters of my local government.
Thank you.
I want to tell you, I'm telling you, no physical development there.
Thank you for your contribution. So, the colloquium that has been announced for months and everything, because of this unfortunate incident, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu had to cancel it. He called for prayer for the country.
Yes, I think in doing that, he showed sensitivity. In doing that, he showed leadership. People can say what they like. You know, those who will not like you, if you like, give them all kinds of assurances, build houses in the sky for them, they will still not like you. But he is a listener and is someone who is strategic. He had been told that, look, you can't be seen to be rejoicing when people are dying. We don't even know how many people had died in this thing.
We don't have the figure.
Someone was telling me that unless we even go to 44 reference hospital, that's the military hospital, that you can't have an idea of how many people have been deposited or how many people have died. Then the same people,
abducted.
Government has also said that it can't account for everyone that got on that train.
How?
You don't know how many people have been taken away.
You buy tickets.
You don't know. No, not everybody who bought ticket could have been taken away. There ought to be like a head count.
Yeah.
You know, when everything simmers down, a head count. But you know, this whole thing happened in the night, around 7:40 or so. Maybe some escaped into the bush on their own. Now, if you say that the people that you can't find are all in the hands of the bandits, you know, it may turn out to be incorrect in the end. I know that after a few days, we'll have the correct
a clearer picture.
A clearer picture of what has happened. But we just need to continue to take good steps to protect our people. Just those 3 communities or so, and we can't police those 3 communities of less than 30 kilometers. I can't describe how ashamed I am that this is happening. Honestly.
Sometimes I wonder if these are Nigerians, because we secured loans to get the infrastructure in place, and it will take us years to pay back the loan. Now we have to destroy it just because of I don't know.
It is mind-boggling, you know, when you see some of these things being destroyed. You see, you now ask yourself, what is it that our people really want? Well, I don't know whether these people are really Nigerians or not. There have been
many of them are not Nigerians.
Yeah, there have been speculations that they are not Nigerians, and that the northern border is very porous, and as we are able to come in. Yeah, but the issue is that this is not. For God's sake, this is not. This is not something new. What are the proactive steps that have been taken? This is not the first time we are having attacks in Kaduna. This is not the first time attacks of this magnitude is taking place. So what are those proactive steps that have been taken? Are we going to continue like this? It is very, very shameful that we have a country where we pride ourselves on the fact that we have security chiefs all over the place, and this is kept happening all the time. Why is it that axis that they cannot even tackle it? And that's like what Judy said, 30 kilometers of a stretch of 30 kilometers of road, and you can't just tackle it. I'm afraid for this country.
All right.